guys, and welcome back to another Division 2 video. Firstly, just before we jump into today's video, I wanted to say a massive thanks to everyone who watched and shared my first Division 2 video. It really does mean a lot to me. I did however notice that the views heavily outweighed the subs, which isn't entirely a bad thing. It just means the majority of the views were people new to the channel, probably coming from the Facebook groups that the video got shared in. So if that does apply to you and you do enjoy this video, then please think about giving a small YouTuber a chance and hit that subscribe button for more Division 2 content. I'm planning on making plenty of Division 2 news, builds and gameplay videos going forward, and it'll also give you the opportunity to see my videos as soon as they go live, rather than hoping to see them in Facebook groups. And with that being said, let's jump straight into today's Division 2 video. Today we're going to discuss some of the confirmed news emerging from the devs at Ubisoft. Creative director Julian Gerighty and gaming director Matthias Karlson boasted that their living world in the Division 2 is a huge investment, and they genuinely believe it will have a major impact on how the game is played. It will offer emerging gameplay from a living world that other games have promised but never fulfilled. So let's take a look at some of the key additions that have been confirmed and that will be making an appearance in the Division 2. Firstly, we're going to look at control points. For those who are wondering what control points are, they're similar to world bosses in the Division, but they're going to have a bigger purpose this time round. Julian Gerighty said, "We showed a control point based around a crashed Air Force One, and securing that will help civilians and settlements with resources. You can lose that control point, and it becomes a metagame around the open world. It has nothing to do with the main missions or side missions, and it will add a layer to how the game is played. It's also worth pointing out that control points, if we didn't intervene with them, would see the civilians themselves trying to capture a control point without us even getting involved. You could arrive mid-fight and decide to join in or simply walk away. For me, that feels like it's going to be an amazing feature in the Division 2. It does sound like a revamp of those pesky activities that upgrade the medical, tech and security wings on paper, but I do feel that there's going to be a lot more diversity about them. I personally think it won't be a case of just rushing around the map and dropping the name bosses in seconds. I do feel that you'd have to be set up properly when you go into these control points, making sure you've got the right specializations, brand sets, and just making sure you're set up properly to take down the MVPs. Supplying civilians and settlements with resources is also an intriguing topic. Are we going to see settlements have an impact on the story, provide steady funds or crafting parts to the agents? Only time will tell, but what is clear is it will generate a lot of replay value going forward. Julian went on to say, the whole progression game, the whole campaign is a power journey. It's something to be experienced, it's a good thing. It's going to be a fun ride. Next up, gear sets. That's right, it has been confirmed by Matthias Karlson that brand sets will not replace gear sets, and I know there were a lot of people that were worried about this, but it has been confirmed that they will be in the game. He said, brand sets are not replacements for gear sets, but they function very similar. All gears come with a brand, which brings their own profile and style. We then take it further with gear sets when they come into play, bringing in more building playstyle choices, and you'll have to think about your gear game during the leveling journey as well. It will be interesting to see if the gear sets have brand sets as well. So let's say for instance Striker's gear set was in the Division 2 and you had a full 6-piece, but they suffered because they didn't have the same brand sets. Now that would be an awesome feature to push the gear sets that little bit further and making them a little bit more unique. Because I did always think that there were many gears and weapons in the Division 1 underused because of lack of diversity. I mean, imagine the amount of gear set variants mixing and matching 2 brand sets to tailor your build. He then went on to say, you have to think about the brand sets during the leveling journey as well. So that gives a lot of food for thought in the sense of the missions may take certain brand set combinations and teamwork to get through, similar to the way the incursions work now, just hopefully not as difficult. Again, we're going off very little when it comes to information regarding the gear sets, but either way it'll be interesting to see what devs have put together for the Division 2, and hopefully they've added that little bit more diversity, giving all the gears and guns a use. Overall, I do feel we've only scratched the surface on what to expect in March, and at the end of the day, we have only had a snippet of what's to come. But it seems the devs are hell-bent on correcting their wrongs from last time. There was lack of content at the start, and when it finally did come, it was for paid DLC. But this time round, however, we're getting a lot more straight off the bat. More map, which means more missions and hopefully more in-depth side missions for the avid PvE players. More activities, with the control points being one of my most anticipated features in the game. And hopefully from learning that there will be gear sets as well as brand sets, There'll be a little bit more diversity on that side of things, giving longevity to the game and making grinding out for those special gear sets a worthy, notable achievement. Well, that's it for today, guys. If you did enjoy the video, don't forget to smack that like button to let me know you're enjoying the Division 2 series. It'll encourage me to make more Division 2 videos. Subscribe for more Division 2 content, and finally comment down below with any questions regarding the Division 2 you'd like to discuss. Well, that's it for today, guys. Thanks for sticking around, and until next time, take care.